Praise be to one David Perron for going out there and helping me in my fantasy. For some reason, the top two teams that are playing off against each other this week are myself and the guy I am going against. It's been so frustrating seeing all the other matchups and how all of these teams are like at 3/4 the amount of points that me and this other guy are at. But for some reason, we got placed off against each other. But either way, today's game for Detroit versus Boston, a huge comeback victory, a moral victory, a decisive victory. This was one where the Wings showed off their worth. This is one where the Wings pretty much came to play all the way through. And it's one where David Perron got a bunch of points and blocks and stuff that I needed for my fantasy team. However, he was not the MVP of this game. No, I don't think that's fair to say. I feel that a bunch of these guys all had their fair share in making things work, and I wanted to give a big shout out to Lucas Raymond. What a guy, eh? Was this not like one of the best games we've ever seen out of Lucas Raymond? Sure, he gets a goal and an assist, which is like, fine. I mean, a 2-point game, whatever, like, it's good. We'd rather see him get that than not get that. But this guy was a man on the mission today. Not to mention Dylan Larkin with 2 points as well. Comfort, Larkin, Perron, and Raymond each had multi-points. On forwards, on D, you had a few guys who scored some points. I mean, Walman got a goal, Seider, Petrie each getting assists as well. But the biggest thing about this win was that it came against a Boston Bruins team that, for some reason, for the past few years, has just had the Red Wings number. Every single time, it feels like. The Bruins play an always-on 100% of the time style of game. They don't give their opponents any time to breathe. And in order to beat that, you have to really step up to the plate and manage the energy and the flow of the game. And the Wings, early on, didn't really do that. Like, admittedly, the Wings didn't have the best start in this one. 5 minutes in, 1-0 JVR. 5 minutes later, 2-0, Poitras getting on the board there too, so 2-0 game for the Boston Bruins within the first 10 minutes. And right away, you're starting to see more of that doom and gloom from the Detroit fan base because, hey, they've lost to the Bruins already this year. They lose to the Bruins a lot, it seems like. It's been a pattern like that for years. And in this game, I mean, Boston has been one of the hottest teams. Their goaltending is unbeatable this season. Even though they lost out on Bergeron and Krejci, they're still going out there and chugging away, winning games and looking dominant in the process. So to see Lucas Raymond striking back on the power play at the end of the first period, he gets the pass out to the side and just kind of waits, you know? He has an open lane to Ullmark, he drags it, he holds, he stares Ullmark down, he shoots, he scores, and the Wings are on the board. This is what the fan base needed. You saw the cheers in the crowd, you saw everybody saying, okay, this is good. This is the start the Wings needed on the score sheet to give themselves a fighting chance. Thank you, Lucas Raymond. Thank you, David Perron, for the assist as well. Thank you, Dylan Larkin, for getting everything set up. Cannot forget about Captain over there. In the second period, you see yourselves a similar type of thing. The Wings, 10 minutes in, on the power play. They break this puck in with the fanciest break-in I feel like I've seen this entire season. It's Comfort, it's Seider, it's everybody just passing it around. Daniel Sprong gets in on the action. I can't even recall just who the puck went to from who, because everybody seemed to have had a touch on it. Eventually, the Wings break in such a fanciful way. Set it up, they get their formation on lock. Seider gets the pass back from Daniel Sprong, sends it over to Jake Walman on the right side, and he fires it right by Linus Ullmark. A one-time shot for the ages that's ripped up high into the top of the net. 2-2 game. The Wings have good life, and they feel it. Now, the Bruins then end up responding. Just a few minutes after that, Charlie Coyle gets the game back into Boston's favor with a 3-2 lead. He has a really nice give-and-go play with Jake DeBrusk. They swap places as they pass the puck off to each other. Coyle then goes backdoor, gets the pass, puts it in the back of the net. It's a 3-2 Boston lead to end off the second period, but the third is where the Wings come to play. Because All it takes is 6 minutes for Captain Money Dylan Larkin, off of a brilliant steal in the Red Wing zone, passed off to Larkin on the side. He streaks in, dekes to the backhand, and gets it right through under the arm of Linus Ullmark. There you go. It's a tie hockey game. That's what you want to see from your captain. 3-3 tie game. Then 2 minutes after that, it's my guy. It is David Perron. Petrie, Comfer with the assists here. The Wings cycling it in the offensive zone. Eventually, Petrie goes over to the right side. Cross crease in front for Perron. He fans on it, but then gets his own rebound. Linus Ullmark kind of bit really hard on the Perron fan, which is really unlucky for him because it results in Perron getting a brilliant shot into nearly an open cage. But hey, I'm going to take it, man. This is for my fantasy team. The guy ends up scoring. It's a 4-3 Detroit lead. Add on Andrew Copp, who gets another one. Like 2 minutes later, the Wings are buzzing. Little Caesars Arena is buzzing. Detroit is buzzing in general. And everything seems to be going right after Andrew Copp gets that pass in the middle right out to JT Compher. He takes the shot, and the rebound is back to Copp, who puts it in the open net. David Pastrnak then scores 4 minutes after that to bring the game within one. 5-4 is your final score here. The Red Wings take the win, and this was one of these games where you cannot help but be so proud. This is the Wings team that we saw competing, playing, and dominating in the first few games of the year. And you know what? You could debate that this game was even better than those, because it wasn't just Raymond, Larkin, and DeBrincat getting all the offense and getting all the points. Sure, while we like to see that when it happens, this is much more of a complete effort and a situation where you could say, hey, like, all of these guys pulled their weight. Some of the guys that we are not really used to seeing also played pretty well and had some good showcases of talent. Like, I think about the Jake Walman goal. I think about the cycling going on by that second power play unit. I think that that's a really good thing that you want to see more out of as the season goes on. We already know DeBrincat, Larkin, and Raymond can pull their weight on the first unit, so when we see great cycling, great break-ins going on with that second unit, then it feels like absolute money, right? And this might be one of these better nights for Perron too. I'll say this, in my league, the guy has been pretty good, mostly because for some reason this year we're valuing hits and blocks as much as assists and power play goals, so there are some guys on my fantasy team that are really, really productive that have no right to be, like Eric Branson, Adam Larson, and Jamie Oleksiak. But David Perron has been in that position. Sure, I know a lot of Wings fans have been kind of harping on him the past few games, especially when the team was down in the dumps, but for what he was doing, he was getting me points. But in this game, he got even more points because all the assists and everything definitely help out. So the Red Wings end up getting a 5-4 win. They finally take on and defeat the Boston Bruins, dethroning one of the teams with the hottest goaltending and hottest momentum in the entire NHL. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about the Red Wings versus the Boston Bruins. If you're a fan of the Wings, what did you like in this game? What are some things that you noticed stood out more so than in the prior games? We haven't really been talking too much about them, just because, like, you know, whenever the team loses and we make a video about it, they don't really get any views and people don't really care. People don't like it. People aren't happy. So I'm like, yeah, it's not really worth it to talk about it. We can talk about it another day. But this one, pretty big character win, at least in my opinion. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.